Hey, what's up? It's Alex.
And Mikey.
And this is the Foot Sesh podcast, the podcast about guys into other guys' feet.
This episode was initially live streamed on X or Twitter Spaces and has been slightly modified to fit this platform.
The Foot Sesh podcast.
Well, here we are. Here we are. Hi, everyone. Hello again.
What's up, Buttercup?
Here we are.
We are here. And we're back.
And we're back. Just for today. Don't expect this ever again after today.
Is there two people?
Is it? I think so. Hey, Naveen. I see Naveen and Foot Lotioner.
No,
Hello,
I'm
Foot
talking.
Lotioner.
I swear I hear somebody in the room with you or something. I don't know if there's like a delay in your audio, but I thought there was somebody with you.
Oh, nope. Just me.
Okay. That was weird. Never mind.
That's weird. Okay. Do you still hear stuff now? Or is it good?
I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's me and it's like playing my voice. I don't know. I think it's fine now, but like the first thing I swear I heard somebody else talking.
Oh, okay.
But we're fine.
Okay, we're fine. Yay. Well, how have you been? It's been a minute since you did one of these.
It has been a minute. I was thinking, when was the last one that we did? I think the last one I did was my solo episode.
Right. You did your solo episode, and that was a few months, maybe 2 months ago, 3 months ago?
Something like that. But the last one we did together was, I don't even know, to be honest.
Well, no, the last one we did together, I think it was just like a catching up one, and I think you wanted to share some things you were doing, but I know in that last one, like your video wasn't working. People couldn't see you.
That's right, yeah. No, yeah, my last one was like my little solo, my attempt at a solo episode, but I realized I don't like talking to myself. I need someone to bounce off of. But yeah, the one before was supposed to be a video, but my shit didn't appear for some reason.
Right.
I don't know why.
Yeah, I don't know why either, because on my end, I was able to see you, but no
Yeah.
one could see you, so.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that was weird, but
But it's all about the conversation anyway.
True. And here we are.
We are here.
Yeah.
Mikey's retirement episode, y'all.
That's it. This is it, y'all. This is, I am done.
Well, let's not say that. There might be another one that might pop up here and there, but in terms of Mikey being MikeyLovesFeet,
Yeah, no.
This is the last one.
This is it. Because even these days, when I get DMs every so often, and people are like, "Hey, Mike," I'm like, "Who the fuck is Mikey? Like, who is that?" I'm like, "Oh, right. I went by Mikey for 6 years here, so people know me as Mikey." But yeah, in some ways, I feel kind of just disconnected from the work, because I feel like in many ways, like, my heart and consciousness has moved on. Like,
Yeah.
I know within myself, like, this was a season of so much beauty and greatness. I'm like, okay, I did that, check. Now it's time to move forward into some other stuff. So
For sure.
yeah, that's where I'm at. But for right now, I will still be on the socials. My socials will be up. My pages, websites will still be up for now.
You're gonna be like that meme where it's like, oh, when you have social media but you never post, and it's like that girl in the attic and she just has the door open. And she's just kind of keeping tabs on what's going on.
That's me. I'll still be peeking in, kind of seeing what's happening.
You're gonna have your finger on the pulse.
I will. I think I will. Yeah, but I can also see at a certain point maybe being like, okay, well, maybe I'll kind of close like stuff officially. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
But I could see that potentially happening.
It's interesting that you say that, and it's interesting how this is all kind of happening, because I feel you are part of a small group of content creators who are just gone, like they're retired or they've just decided to kind of pull the plug. And it's interesting how all of y'all kind of are doing it at the same time. I don't know if Mercury's in the microwave or something like that, and everyone's just like, let's leave. Let's leave this hellhole. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, I mean, it's sad. It's unfortunate, because, I mean, obviously us, like, we've built a pretty strong connection on, this platform, doing what we do, but also just, like, friendship outside. But being able to hear your reasoning for it, which I'm sure you'll get into a little bit this episode. We all just kind of have those moments where we're like, is this good for me? Is this healthy
Mm,
for me? As much as I love doing what I do and as much as this is
hmm
a part of who I am, is doing this specific work healthy for me? And I guess you've
mm.
had that conversation with yourself and you have come to this conclusion.
Yeah, I think I realized it's no longer healthy for me to
Yeah.
continue. But like, it's just not this though. And I think I have to say this, like, it's not just this, like over the course of the past, like year, there's a number of things I've been a part of, number of institutions I've been a part of, number of social circles I've been a part of where I've been like, yeah, no, like, no, nope, no. It just feels like there's a shedding of sorts that's
Yeah.
happening for me in this space now. And honoring that and kind of releasing certain things to kind of come into whatever the newness is meant to be in this
Hmm.
season of my life. So it's not just Mikey Loves Feet, y'all. Like, oh my God, Mikey's leaving. What do we do? No, it's not y'all. It's just, there's something that's trying to grow, something trying to be new within my life. So I'm just going to honor that.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. But I mean, hey man, you have definitely left your mark on the scene for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Again, I feel like I feel like every time we have our episodes, we always have to kind of give each other our flowers, but especially for this episode, since this is kind of your last one, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I think it's cool that you're going to be able to kind of leave this little legacy that you have because
Mm-hmm.
you definitely were one of the, I would say, pioneers, at least for like modern social media, like Twitter and stuff of like that, of people who did this kind of content, who did like foot job specific content that
Right.
inspired the likes of me, that inspired the likes of other people because of the people you were able to work with pretty early on, and the videos you were able to create. I'm sure they're all kind of in our memory of being like, yeah, I remember when I first saw one of Mikey's videos. So yeah, it's a little bittersweet because, you have that legacy, but at the same time, you're just kind of like, you know what? I think it's time to move on. So those two dueling feelings is definitely interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's been awesome to kind of see like where things have gone and to see other
Yeah.
people like
How all this has
how,
evolved.
right, exactly. See how it's evolved, see other people, I'll say, take up the mantle.
Yeah.
Of course, like folks like you, kind of coming in and doing your work, and of course people enjoying that and finding that it's hot, and yeah, kind of taking it to another level, and kind of really progressing the work.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean, it's yeah, it's awesome to see, and I'm happy I was able to kind of do this. I mean, for me, I initially started this because I was like, as much as I see all this amazing work within foot fetishism and foot kink stuff, I'm like, that's wonderful. But I'm like, I don't really see anyone or any studio specifically focusing solely on just foot jobs.
Yeah.
Like, it's like worshiping, it's tickling, it's just guys showing their feet. And I was like, are there no just foot job only stuff? So I was like, well, let me try this. Let me try it and kind of see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't think I would still be doing it 6 years later. But yeah, grateful I've been able to connect with those I've been able to connect with, to film with, whether, there are already folks that in some ways were established or folks that I've been able to kind of put them onto the scene and they've been able to kind of branch off and kind of do their own sort of work. It's been awesome to kind of see that and, see folks grow. So yeah, I feel like I've done my due diligence and my duty within
Hmm.
this scene. Yeah. So now it's time to move on.
Yeah. And I mean, it's interesting because it's still kind of the same as what you're explaining. I feel like there's really no studios that are focused solely on the foot job element. So
Mm-hmm.
that part hasn't really changed. I mean, there's definitely been studios that have implemented it a little bit more.
Right.
Of course, we have the likings of, Straight Crush Feet, which we've mentioned many times on this podcast. But,
Mm-hmm.
they have since then expanded fully into other types of fetish content. It's
Right.
still very much foot fetish specific. It's
Right.
just no longer what the focus is no longer a specific focus where I feel like before
Mm,
it was very like foot job, foot worship, foot admiration based, and now it's literally everything under the sun that people are
mm,
requesting.
right.
But yeah, and we've had this conversation like where are all the creators that are like foot job specific creators,
Right.
you know? And it's kind of hard to be like, well, we don't know. You know, the
Mm-hmm.
ones that were here are all kind of leaving, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
There's
Yeah.
definitely a few that have popped up, and that was kind of a question I was going to ask you at some point.
Mm-hmm.
If there was like any accounts that you have come across that you kind of want to highlight or want people to pay attention to because you like their work or whatever it may be. Because there definitely are a few who are still kind of, foot job specific, carrying the mantle, as you said, or,
Mm-hmm.
the torch has been passed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, I mean, it's interesting because I feel like we've had this conversation even when we first started of like, where are the foot jobs, you know?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And it's still kind of the same thing, it's, again,
Right.
it's happening a little bit more, but it's still not as prominent as you would think.
Right. That's true. And we got to give it up to mainstream culture because the whole for free thing and dogs,
Yeah.
all that stuff, right?
Oh
That kind
yeah.
of came about maybe 2018, 2019 probably, right? And then of course
Yeah.
during 2020 that really blew up. Oh my god, selling feet pics during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And of course the advent of the cash masters during that time, that really blew up too.
Hmm.
Which then of course I think opened up in some ways a gateway to kind of have folks explore more feet content, because I think there's even other content creators or studios that maybe prior to then wouldn't have normally done feet based content, but
Yeah.
because they've realized, oh, this is kind of popular, maybe let's see if we can kind of incorporate this. I'm like,
Hmm.
I see y'all. Mm-hmm. Doing what you can to expand your audience,
Yeah.
for sure. But then of course, right, there's those that have gone the opposite way, where they start off with feet and then they kind of do all the other stuff, right, to kind
Yeah.
of expand that audience as well on the
Yeah.
other side.
Yeah.
As
Which is smart. I mean,
right.
not
Mm-hmm.
hating on anybody who does choose to expand,
Mm-hmm.
but it's nice when you still see those creators who like they started off in feet based content and it's yes, they expand, but it's the focus is still the feet. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
So I think I love that, but of course there's been some content creators or some studios that have just kind of driven off into other territories, and feet is
Right.
just kind of like in the back a little
Mm-hmm.
bit.
Mm-hmm.
But it is what it is, man. That happens. But
Yeah.
again, it's just like that's what I'm saying. Like I do feel like I need to make the content that I want to see more of. And,
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of the position that I've taken. It's not necessarily intentional. Like, I'm not sitting here being like, oh, my only reason for making content is because we need more of it. I'm making it
Mm-hmm.
because I love it, but we also
Mm-hmm.
do need more of it. So if I can be the catalyst for that or be able to maintain that, then I think that's great, because hopefully I can
Yeah.
inspire others the way you have already inspired people after you who have come after you.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's interesting to kind of hear that, because I've noticed this over the course of the past few years where people, say to me, "Oh my gosh, Mikey, like your work is." I gotta get used to saying this for the next hour and a half, maybe. Calling myself Mikey. It just feels like it's so weird to say, because that just feel like that's not me. Like that person died,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
people say to me, "Oh my gosh, like your work has inspired me so much, and it's just so inspiring to see you doing what you're doing. Especially someone that's black, or especially that someone that looks like
Yeah.
me, that's more like a bear." So I'm like, oh, I'm inspiring people. Like I'm just out here because this is what I enjoy, and I want other people to enjoy it too. But I didn't realize that I'm out here inspiring people,
Yeah.
to really love what they do and to kind of accept their fetish. And, other folks saying, because of your content, your videos, I feel like I'm seen, and now I'm, have the confidence to now go out and kind of try to meet up with people and
Yeah.
engage in foot fun. I'm like, really? That's what my content made you do?
I know it's like
So,
that imposter syndrome kind of like kicks in a little bit. It's
yeah.
just like, this is just me. I thought like only a few people would see this and be like, oh, I relate to that. But
Right.
No, there's again, like, and we've had this conversation too. Like, we don't know the people who are watching our stuff. You know, we
Right.
may not
Yeah.
see it
Hmm.
in our
Right.
timelines or in our comment sections, but there's people watching our stuff that we would never expect.
Right.
So, yeah, we can't underestimate the power of, the positions that we are in, even though we're not, huge content creators. But, because we are in a niche creative world and we do specifically foot fetish content, our reach seems small, but it's really not, and the people that
Hmm.
we're able to inspire, or at least, because I mean, I don't know about you, but I've definitely had DMs from people who, are not necessarily into feet at all, but they see my content and they're like, you're kind of unlocking something in me that I've never really expected
Mm.
before.
Mm.
And I see them and sometimes they're straight content, like I've had a
Mm.
few times where a guy hits me up and he's like, oh my God, like your content's actually really fucking hot. And I go to their page and it's straight content. Like it's men, women,
Ah.
so I'm like, again, you never know like who you can inspire in that sense or
Yeah.
like who you can unlock something in.
Right. That's true. That's very true. And I'm so happy and proud of you because you've come a long way from where you were when
I
you
know,
first
right?
started.
Little old me who started off not showing face, not showing anything, being like, Mikey, what is OnlyFans? How does OnlyFans work? Should I do it? Should I not do it? You know?
Right. We were having these talks on the podcast about like,
Yeah.
okay, well, Alex, we're hoping that
There
he
might
gets
be
his
my
OnlyFans
first
one
collab.
day.
Yeah.
Right.
My first collab is in the works potentially, y'all, so keep an eye out for
Right.
that.
Right. And look at you now, just like
I know, it's crazy.
out here doing it, like thriving, OnlyFans, like, yeah, doing work with other content creators that just do like gay porn and they're doing like their first like feet stuff with you and sometimes their only feet stuff with you, so you're out here definitely taking this work to the next level. So
Oh,
yeah,
I
just
appreciate
happy and
that.
proud. Yeah. For where you're
Thank
at
you.
and for where you're going to be for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for the journey. It's been
Yeah.
fun so far, and I'm continuously waiting to see where it takes me.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Um, so folks, as you know, or maybe I don't know if some folks that might be coming in later, this is my retirement episode. So for those that are unaware, I have retired from this work. I do have a little last magic trick up my sleeve, which
Oh,
will be a video that will be coming out, and I'll share more about that on my timeline after this podcast is done. But yeah, so I would say this is your chance to ask questions, say things, request to be a speaker to say something, write a comment in the comment section to say something or ask questions. Um, yeah, anything you have would be great. And I guess might be a good time to kind of check out if there's any questions
yeah.
or comments.
Questions, please.
Let's see. Seems like there's nothing yet, but this happened before where there was like nothing. Oh, okay, wait. Okay, there's a few. Foot Freak asked, what's the of the studio you guys mentioned again? Oh, I think someone mentioned. Okay, Foot Lotion, thank you for mentioning it. Yeah,
Yes.
straight cut feet. Insatiable says, it was fun watching your work be safe out there, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. Foot Lotioner says, for real, Alex collabs have been popping off lately. That is the truth.
Thank you.
Foot Lotioner says, hey to me, you, and Naveen. So, hey. Yeah, okay, I think that's all we have for right now.
For right now.
Mm-hmm. Um, Rio, did you have a question, comment you wanted to share? Since I see that you're on, you're hoping that maybe you could be on, and you're on. So, yeah, if you have something you want to share or a question you want to ask, please do. Maybe we can choose you to be a speaker. Like, let us know. I think maybe is there a raise hand option, Rio? If you can raise your speaker.
You can do the little hand wave emoji, whatever the fuck.
Right. Yeah, to let us know if you want to be a speaker.
Oh wait, we have these things. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Never mind. It's gonna be obnoxious. Never mind.
Got it. I guess do you have any questions, Alex, or comments?
I do. I actually do. I have two questions that I came up
Mm-hmm.
for you. So yeah, my first question is, let's see, which one do I want to ask? Actually, we'll do this one. What was the highlight of doing this work for you out of your 6 years, 10 years doing this, you said? Like, is there a specific highlight that you're like, yes, love that for me?
Highlight. I think I have a number of highlights, but I think the one that's coming to mind now is the whole Straight Crush saga. Like, the fact that I was able to get to Chile
Yes.
twice
Yes.
and
And
film
you're
with
the
those
only one.
guys, and the only one,
Still to
the
this day.
only, still to this day, the only content creator that's been able to go to Chile and film with those guys has been incredible.
Fuck you for that, first of all.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think especially because I think about Straight Crush's videos, and there were a number of models that I thought, were super cool and were great, but something about 8 to me, like his vibe, his feet, I was like, man, like what a dream. And the fact that I've been
Yes.
able to go to Chile both times and meet up with him both times and have fun with his feet, I was like, is this happening?
That's a
This is
dream right
happening.
there. I
That's a dream.
literally was like nutting to one of his videos last night.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh my god, man, he's a dream. I have to do that someday.
Yeah. 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 So that was probably, yeah, I think a highlight for sure.
That's awesome. I would say that's probably the highlight because
Mm, mm,
holy shit, that was hot as fuck.
yeah.
And like being behind the scenes and being able to talk to you and like give you ideas for a potential video with one of these
Right.
models, I was just like, that was so fucking cool.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. No, that was great. And, yes, Alex and Rio were, as I was the second time I went to Chile, I guess that was earlier this year, right? January, I think this year.
I think so, yeah.
Um, yeah, we were kind of texting, messaging back and forth about my experiences and stuff while being there. So they were getting all the tea while I was there, which was very
Oh,
fun
did
for all of us.
indeed. Did indeed.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that was fun. Okay, let's see. Other
Oh, we got a few questions, I think, now.
we do. Okay, I'm looking at them now. SM, just SM. JM says, "What's up, Mike? It's been a while since we did the podcast, but too bad this is your final retirement one, though. I know this is it, but I gotta thank y'all though. I have to thank the fans, like truly, the fans, the supporters. Um, whether you bought a video, whether you didn't buy a video,
Whether you
whether
bootleg
you
that video.
bootleg the video, whether you saw it on the free website, whether you followed me here on social media or not, whether you messaged me, I mean, thank you, because I would not have kept going in this if it wasn't for y'all. And I feel like this journey, although at times, and it, just to be very transparent, like the first 5.5-ish years of me doing this, I wasn't making money. Like the money I was using for travel to meet up with people, to pay the models, yeah, like the first 5.5 years, I wasn't making anything because all the money was going out towards all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Like I just started making money like this last half a year. But I think just continuously like getting messages, getting likes, just seeing the fact that people enjoy the work and me just kind of seeing the potential of what could possibly be. I'm just like, thank y'all. Like, thank y'all for rocking with me, for supporting me, for keeping me sane at times when I was like, what is happening right now? So truly, fans, thank y'all so much just for these amazing 6 years.
Yes, sir.
Foot Lotioner asks, Mikey, what is your favorite video by Alex? And Alex, what's your favorite video by Mikey?
Ooh,
It's a good question. Favorite video by Alex? I gotta think about this.
I do too.
I mean, I think there's a number of favorite ones that he's made. Gee, this is hard though. Like, I'm going through my Rolodex of your videos, Alex.
Actually, I think I know mine, so I'll answer that question first. I
Okay,
would
good,
have
good,
to
good.
say my favorite. I mean, I don't know why I paused. Is the one with 8, the one that you did with 8.
Which
This last trip,
Okay.
the one where you guys were on the bed. I just feel like his feet looked amazing in that fucking video, and I was just like, oof, yeah, that was hot.
Mm-hmm.
And also the one you did with Kent, to be honest.
Which one?
Like those two, just like the foot job videos. But also you did some tickling ones with Kent too that I also did find pretty hot.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I mean, I know, I know there's history there, but I mean, hey, I mean, it's a classic video, and I'm sure you understand that. But the one with Neymar, like that's the one that
Yeah.
really put you on the map, I feel. And that's definitely one of like the first videos I saw of you.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say those are probably my favorite. Like those are the ones that I frequent the most.
Got it. Okay. No, yeah, that makes sense. I mean, there's definitely history with Neymar, but no, yeah, I feel like, I mean, Neymar was definitely uh, I don't know, like a moment in time that definitely feels like, ooh, this feels like I'm doing something. Like this feels like this is kind of a prize because I don't think prior to, I don't think he's done that. Like he's never done just a foot job video. Like all his other stuff has been with other people he's done. It's been mainly worshipped. I mean, there might be some foot job stuff in there, like some stuff he's done
Yeah,
with like stuff, but it
yeah,
hasn't just been purely foot job stuff. And then the whole living situation with him for 3 months, there's definitely history there with that. But yeah, I mean, that definitely felt like that was like, oh, this definitely feels like a moment for sure.
yeah.
But I think there were been a number of other moments like, oh, this feels like a moment. I mean, Dirty Socks, although
True, very true.
granted that was within like my first 3 or 4 months of making content, but he's been around for a number of years. And the fact that I was able to get him and he hasn't done any other foot job stuff, I was like, well, this feels like a win,
Yeah.
like a huge win. Granted, the camera angles were shit, but I was like, this.
But hey, honestly, that's like that again, like it's difference in taste because I think again, like a lot of people like that quality of video. Like they like
Mm,
it to be, and you've mentioned this that you like that yourself. You like these kind of like low quality but hot videos,
mm.
you
Right,
know?
right. Yeah, yeah.
And it was exactly that. Because it just feels more like in the moment, like, oh, we're meeting up. Let me just throw this camera on real quick and just get some of this action, as opposed to it being so staged and so professional looking.
Right, right. No, yeah, that's true. That makes sense. I think to me, there's a difference between like low quality and bad angles. Like that video for like 2 minutes, I was like, I can't see shit. I can't see nothing
But
in this
people like
video.
that.
Right. Whereas I think there was a video I made with, it's like a maybe 45-second video. Like every time I post it, it goes semi-viral. A video of me and Neymar of like, he's like on the couch and I'm like watching TV, listening to music. And I'm, tag
Oh,
is like my
yes.
roommate. And it's like, it's just like that to me is like so amateur, so in the moment, which I mean, that was in the moment,
Yeah.
for sure. I think there are, those moments like that, which, yeah, are great. Yeah. So there, again, yeah, there have been these like prizes for sure.
Yeah.
With some of my folks. And then, there's been some people I've met up with that later on, like 2 or 3 years after I meet up with them, I'm like, oh, I guess this was nice because now you're a prize later on because now they're have so many followers or so big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me go back to figuring out which video of yours is my favorite. Oy vey. I mean, I think maybe the one with what's his name? FKA and Clue?
Oh yeah.
Maybe. I think
Yeah.
that one is
Like, ooh, that was early on.
yeah. I think that one is a good one. Oh no, but the one with Angelo Sin.
Like the solo one or the
The
group one?
solo one. The solo one.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Shout out
Yeah,
to Angelo Sin. He was fire.
his feet are pretty awesome.
If I ever go to Miami, there'll be another collab in the works with him for sure.
Hey, nice. Yeah. We were planning on meeting up. Me and Angela, we've been in contact for maybe a year or so, but just never been able to kind of get our schedule aligned to
Yeah.
meet. But yeah, I'm glad that you were able to kind of get something with him because I mean he doesn't do feet content. That's not his thing, right? It's mainly just
No,
the
he
porn.
does. He
He
does.
does.
He fucks with feet for sure.
Oh, okay.
It's just I think his focus is definitely more like traditional stuff, like traditional hooking up
Mm.
type stuff. But he's down for the feet, you know.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, and then maybe my last one might be what is his name? The ball busting one.
Oh, with soulmate.
Soulmate, right? Soulmate. Now, granted, I'm not into ball busting, but I think for other people that
Wait, which video though? Because I did 3. Because there's the 3-way one. And then there's like my solo stuff that I did with him.
maybe the 3-way.
Yeah, that one was hot.
Yeah, for sure. Because I think for some folks that have been hoping or wishing that you would give a foot job, I think that's the closest that we're going to get. So,
Hey, yep.
yeah. Yeah, so those are my favorite Alex
Love
videos.
that.
Yeah,
Love
good
that.
question. Thanks for asking. George's asks, how big are Alex's feet?
9.5. I put that in the comments.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Guess I missed that. Okay. Thank you for commenting. And, yeah, your words.
Oh wait, we have a question from Rio.
Okay.
Well, there's 2. Maybe you can combine the answer.
Right.
His first one is, I'm gonna miss you, Mikey, but my question is, would you write a book about your foot fetish experience as a content creator? That's question 1. And his other question is, what's next for you in this next chapter?
Great questions. Thanks, Rio. Would I ever write a book about my foot fetish life? So, I already wrote a book, that came out in March 2021. March 2021. It's a very sensational book. Reads like a journal entry, essentially. And it is a book about essentially my time living with Neymar. Like everything I saw, everything I experienced. So that book was very much like me as an outsider coming into his world and kind of seeing what I saw and experiencing what I experienced. In that book, I did not share that I was a content creator at all. But I kind of came in like, oh, I was so blind, I didn't know what was happening, So, book is very sensationalist for sure. Very juicy. I think for those especially that aren't into the scene, that don't know anything about this life or this lifestyle or this
Yeah.
kind of content. I remember when folks read it, they were definitely like shocked. And I remember someone was like, I couldn't put it down. Like I read it in just one sitting. Granted, it's a short read. It's like 98 pages, so it's short. But yeah, I mean, someone else
98
was like, oh
pages too
my
long for me. I cannot read. I can read. I just cannot read. Like,
God.
I open the book and I'm yawning immediately.
Right. Yeah, so I mean, that book It's on Amazon, and it's in paperback copy, it's an ebook copy, and it's an audiobook copy for folks that just want to listen to me talk about my experience with that. And I know I'm not sure if I said this on a previous podcast, but you know, the Neymar living experience was an experience. It was definitely an experience. And although in many ways it was difficult for me, it was also great in many ways. And I think in some of the ways that it was difficult, I know that I can't put that solely on Neymar's shoulders, because there's a part of me also that contributed to it being difficult, with me not speaking up and not saying things and kind of believing certain things that may not necessarily have been true.
Yeah.
But anyway, that book has all of that in there. But I'm actually in the process of writing a second book. And this book is more of a memoir, which kind of chronicles like the last 5 years of my life, because I feel like the last 5 years of my life have been quite the whirlwind, in wonderful ways and beautiful ways and ways that have been painful. But these painful things have, I think, led to me being in this space of being so confident and being so strong and so assured of myself. And really kind of living out my, I guess, true Leo energy that I have. I'm a Leo. So really being bold and brave and being okay with that. So yeah, so I mean, it includes everything from leaving Neymar, leaving California, coming back to New York, includes my experience going minimalist and living, in a nice apartment in Brooklyn, to connect my life into 2 suitcases and living in rooms in New York City. It chronicles my life being nomadic for a year, traveling the world, which included, me meditating with monks in the mountains of South Korea. So there's that whole experience for me, like within 5 years, a lot has happened. So that is in the book. And there is a chapter in the book that talks specifically about my work as a foot fetish content creator. And I didn't share that in my last book at all. I just mentioned, I went into the scene with this cash master. Wow, crazy. But this book, I mean, it is me being very open and transparent. And in this book, I am sharing one of the ways I was able to be a nomad was because I had this other work I was doing in the fetish industry. Granted, the book doesn't share it was a foot fetish, because I don't want to get too specific, because I still want something for myself that I can hold on to, that I enjoy, that's just for me. But it does share that I was in the porn industry, that I was in the mainly fetish kink industry. It shares my experiences with working with a variety of people, but it also shares some of the more elements of the work that people might consider to be stereotypes, like, oh my God, everyone that does porn and stuff, they're all drug addicts and they're
Yep.
all at the end of their rope, and, they're all financially desperate. Like, I want to also make mention, like, that was not the case, like,
Hmm.
at all. People in this work, they enjoy it. They feel a sense of freedom. For some people, it is side income and they still have their full-time jobs. Other people, it is their main sources of income, but like, that is not the majority of folks that's doing the work. Like, yeah, there might be a sprinkle here and there, but there's a sprinkle here and there in every industry of people that are doing stuff,
Oh
right?
yeah.
It's just not porn, right? So
No.
I also kind of want to destigmatize porn and adult work. So that
Yeah.
is a chapter in this next book. So that will be coming out, I believe, sometime next year in the spring, I'm assuming. We'll see what the timeline is like. And now I'm in this space of fully immersing myself in my artistic practice. So this past weekend, I just directed a show that just went up. So I'm really leaning into this work as a director choreographer, and deciding to go that route. But director choreographer, not within feet and porn,
Yes.
direct pornographer, right? And more content that's between probably G and maybe R rated. Not planning on doing any X rated work. Maybe TVMA, but not X rated work. So that's the next path for me that I see
Yeah.
for myself, and that's the next path I'm going down.
Well, definitely a pivot for sure.
Oh, for sure.
But
For sure.
But again, it's like, you have to, it's just like anything, as amazing and as great as it was, I'm sure, for you to be able to explore your fetish, both for yourself personally, but also on a platform for other people to view, was
Mm-hmm.
great.
Yeah.
It was a chapter, and
Oh, for
that
sure.
chapter
Mm-hmm.
is passing. It's still going to be there. Your mark is still here. I mean, it is the internet. At the end of the day, nothing is
Right.
fully, nothing
Mm-hmm.
ever
That's true.
fully gets erased.
Right.
But, it's not something that you're going to look back on and be ashamed of, which
Right.
is the most important thing. This is not
True.
something to be ashamed of, this type of content. Like you said, it's important, I think, that you said that you mentioned in your book, or plan to mention in your book, that doing this kind of work is okay.
Right.
It's not conventional. It's not what, of course, everybody's going to necessarily be wanting to write home about, but it's okay.
Yeah.
And times have shifted. Things are starting to get much more open when it comes to conversations about sexuality and stuff like that. So, yeah, I think it's important for you to be able to say, like, hey, this was a time in my life where I was doing this, but I do not look back on it with shame.
Right.
I'm happy and I embrace it. So that's
Yeah.
always really important.
That's true. I mean, because I also have to say, like, this work did give me a sense of freedom and was freeing. I mean, this work
Yeah, for sure.
also was like healing. I mean, growing up in a Christian Baptist background household, granted, we growing up, I went to a fairly liberal-ish church. Um, but still, there's still all the doctrination of like, you can't do this, you can't do this, you should be doing this is bad, this is wrong. So
Hmm.
especially with some of the more influential women, in my family, I mean, I like to tease that, some of the influential in my family, um, made me come to this point of like being interested in guys' feet and being interested in guys because from like for as long as I can remember, like being young up until probably late elementary school, I was only into girls. That was it. Just girls. But I feel like because I was consistently told like don't sexualize women, like you have to make sure you treat them well, and I was okay, but I'm still having sexual feelings. So, and it was only, mainly connected with feet at first. So I feel like because of that, I was like, okay, well, I'm going to turn my sexual advances and fun towards guys since I can't do it with women. So
Hmm.
I feel like in some ways there was some of that, nature versus nurture thing. I wouldn't say
Yeah.
in some ways I was born this way because I mean, I have stories of people telling me when I was like young, like 3, 4 years old, going up to people. But again, it was only women going up to them and rubbing their feet.
Yeah.
It was never guys.
Yeah.
I think there is this sense of like nurture. I feel like I was nurtured to kind of, in some ways, close that element of not looking at women in that way. So but the portal was still open. So I kind of,
Yeah.
directed towards guys. So, but I feel like now again, I'm coming more back into, I think some of the core of who I am. So, now I'm open to both. But yeah, I feel like for a long time it was like, no, women are only friends and gentle creatures. And I can only hug them gently
Yeah.
as friends, not sexualize them.
Yeah. That's interesting. I actually don't think you've mentioned it in that way
Ah,
before,
mm,
but that is really interesting to hear, that like your fetish lean towards men out of respect for women, I guess
mm,
you can say, or like being told like you have to respect women a certain way and you have
right.
to approach them a certain way, you can't do anything sexual. So your
Hmm.
sexual energies ended up just shifting
Right.
to the other side because you're like, oh, I can't do this, so I'm gonna put it towards men.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I've never really heard of that perspective
Huh.
before.
Okay. Well, there you are.
There
um,
you go.
so anyway, so I feel like this entire process of doing this work was just freeing and healing and allowed me to kind of really express myself sexually in a way that I feel like I couldn't or that I was ashamed of. And then
Yeah.
even though y'all chased me out of town with pitchforks and fires when I did the foot job with the woman, that aspect was healing too, because I was like, oh, I still have this sense and attraction towards women's feet, and I was able to do that, although it was just for.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was healing in many ways.
Yes. And that's okay as well. All right. If you like women's feet too, but you predominantly like men's feet, that is okay, y'all. Like, y'all gotta calm down, because I have seen that a few times where people are just like, there's like one girl's feet or like something like that, or like the emphasis gets on put on the women, and they're like, exactly like you said, like pitchforks are
Right.
out, they're ready to ride at dawn, and I'm just like, y'all gotta calm down,
Yes.
because women feet can be hot
Word.
too. So chill out a little bit.
Well,
Anyway,
I'm sure. Hey, Giant and Tiny. I know Ripper has had that experience. He's here listening. I'm sure it's probably like 3 or 4 a.m. in the morning in Australia. But I know he's had that experience of, yeah, teasing or kind of having women's feet and like people, yeah, chasing with pitchforks and fires. Like, what are you doing? So, yes, Ripper, I get it. Understand. Okay. I guess did I answer something? Was I answering a question?
yes, you did. You answered Rio's
Okay.
question.
Thanks, Rio, for that question. Oh, that was very long.
Oh, but we do have a comment from Giant and Tiny.
Huh.
Speaking of, he has a question for you, saying, Mikey, what would you want to see in the industry in the wake of your legacy?
Oh, good question.
I actually had a very similar question to that, so there you go.
I think allowing the work to evolve and to grow. Like, I feel like I was, as you said, Alex, a pioneer. Um, I think I see myself more as like a trailblazer. Like, there was no trail before I came along in regards to like just doing foot job work. So I feel like I had to
Yeah.
kind of like blaze that trail. And I think now that the trail has been blazed and people have seen it and there's an openness to it, now I think it's time for folks who are the pioneers that can enhance it and take us to the next level. And Alex, I feel like you are definitely part of that process. Like, seeing your work, you've been able to take this to the next level. So I feel like people that are just able to continuously take it to the next level, continuing to innovate, and also continuing to create community. Um,
Yes. Yeah.
because I feel like a part of my work, especially, God, this sounds so horrible, especially in my later life, I feel like I tried to create a sense of community, which is why I started this, community on X or Twitter, for folks that are into
Hmm.
male feet, which was the first community on X about male feet. Since then, there's been other communities made here,
Yeah.
doing that. Um, I had an idea to do, uh, a different kind of foot fetish party and kind of innovate that with having like foot fetish models come and, in addition to fans coming to kind of experience, uh, enjoying their fetish with people that they've seen online that they really like. Um, had this
Yeah.
idea to do this thing, which, can still happen. I may not still be a part of it, but had this idea to do something called Dogs Con, which was like the first like foot fetish convention that I kind of wanted to have, and a number of people that are, on this call, including yourself and Aveen and Rico, were a part of that team to maybe kind of look at, what does it look like to have a guy foot fetish convention, and we
Yeah.
continuously find ways to not just showcase our work and to talk about the work, but how do we find a way to create community? So I hope that in addition to people moving the work forward by innovating and enhancing it, I'm hoping that there's people that will continue to find ways to make a community of guys, or just people rather, not just guys, but people that are into guys' feet come together and enjoy that without.
Yeah. Yeah. I did all that as well. I think building, and And I don't know exactly what that looks like in a perfect world, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But at least I think doing what we're doing and what we've done, even with just this
Right.
podcast, even you hosting little foot parties, like, I think people can see that yes, we are content creators, but we are also just guys at the end of the day who have a foot
Hmm.
fetish,
Right.
and we want to be able to meet and connect with other people who share the same
Right.
experience,
Yeah.
And prior to this podcast, there just really wasn't open conversation between two guys who share similar experiences, share a similar fetish, who have been able to bring in guys who are also in this world, or maybe even guys who are not in this world, who are being introduced to
Hmm.
it in some way, and be able to have that open conversation. Be like, how did this start for you? What was your experience? And I think that was cool. I love that we were able to do this, and I do think that people are going to remember us for
Hmm.
that because, again, you've mentioned to me, I've mentioned to you, we still get DMs of people who are barely finding out
Right.
about the
Yeah.
podcast, and they're like, love the conversations, love everything
Right.
about it. So I think we were both on the same page. So I think it's great that we were able to connect in this way because we do view that very
Yeah.
similarly in a sense. We're like, yes, community is
Right.
important, and it doesn't have to be us like screaming it from the mountaintops and, doing all of this stuff, but just being able to come to Twitter, be able to find people who are similar, be able to hear other people's
Hmm.
experiences is just as, if not more,
Yeah.
impactful,
Yeah.
you know? So, yeah, I think we did
Yeah.
that.
Did go us. Ooh, ooh.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. I think there's so many other comments I have not gotten to that I.
Even though my biggest hater is in the listeners right now.
Oh, who is it? Who is it?
I'm just kidding. It's all love. It's all love. You know who it
Oh,
is. He knows our boy
Naveen.
Naveen.
Yes, the hater. Okay.
Just kidding. Love
Let me.
you. Love you, baby girl.
Rio. Okay, so Rio's question. Alex read that. How big is Alex's feet? He said that. JM says exactly, Mike. Nothing about female sexual or their feet never turns me on. Regardless, I'm bi because I personally feel like that dudes have the worst smelly, stinky feet than females do. But I'm shocked that you were into women and their feet when you were in elementary school. Yeah, I mean that was my jam, y'all. I mean, I feel like y'all need to thank the women in my life for getting here because if it wasn't for them telling me you shouldn't be sexualizing women, I might be doing straight feet porn. You know, um, yeah.
Interesting.
Foot lotioner question: Can I get a free? Can I get a free JFF sub? Haha, kidding. Unless, haha, you're funny, foot lotioner. Um, but seriously though, thank you for being a part of the community and the services you've done for all of us. Oh, my pleasure. Um, yeah. So I'm thinking about the free JFF sub. So that would be a negative. But however, I know that on my JFF I posted that I'm retired. No more videos. But as I mentioned before at the start of the podcast, that there is one little last magic trick up my sleeve that will be coming out, a video on the JFF. Also, there is now a Foot Jobs Telegram group that I did not make, but that I'm a part of, and I've noticed, hmm, there's a video here that looks very familiar. Um, that looks like I might be in. So, if you want to go see my free stuff for free, uh, there's a Foot Telegram, which I also contributed to. I was like, oh, this video of me that they have here is only part of the video. I was like, here's the rest of it. I just posted it.
LOL. I think I know which group you're
Do you?
talking about too. Yeah, because I think I was a part of it, but then I didn't see anything, so I got out
Oh
of it.
yeah,
So I don't know if it's popping off
it
now.
is. Yeah,
Apparently
it
so.
is. Yeah, because when I first joined, there was nothing, but now people are starting to post stuff. So yeah, you might want to go back. Probably see some of your
Yeah.
stuff in there soon. Um,
Yeah.
JM says I could also imagine Alex's feet having a stinky, strong smell to it too. So that's it, Alex. Just a laugh. You don't want to say anything else?
What happened? Oh no, I thought you cut
Oh no,
off.
I just want to say, do you have any comments to say about that?
Um, I, you know what? I will. I'm to be completely honest, and this is gonna boner kill everybody, but my feet don't smell. So I'm very sorry about it. I'm a clean guy, and I strive to be a clean guy.
Oh my gosh. Devin says, will your videos still be available to watch and or buy? For now, yes. For now, my videos will still be up on JFF and Clips for Sale. There will come a point in which I will shut that down. But for now, yes.
So get it while it's hot, y'all. Get his videos while they're hot.
Get it while it's hot. Yeah. I know someone mentioned to me, they was like, oh, you're retiring. Can you like do a mini comeback like Rihanna did? Like she retired, but she came out with that one single for, what was that? The Wakanda movie? I was like, I mean, I don't see that happening, but if there's like someone I really want to meet with that really wants to meet with me and I can film something and I'm like, oh, maybe to be like, here's a special video, you know, okay, back to retirement, but I don't see that happening. Foot Listener says, Mikey naming the only video that's been removed from Alex's page. Ooh, did you remove a video that I mentioned?
Oh yeah, the one with FKA and
Oh, you
Clue.
did?
Yes, but that was per request. That wasn't my decision.
Uh,
Just saying, and I'm leaving it at that.
got it. Noted. Foot Listener asks, what's the name of the book? I've never heard you mention it before. Yeah, I never did because I wanted to keep that element of, because I felt like Mikey from Mikey Loves Feet was its own thing, and I did not want to mix Mikey and Mikey Loves Feet with who I am outside of Mikey Loves Feet. So now that I'm retired, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to just kind of share. So the name of the book is a very long title. So hopefully you have a pen and paper ready, and hopefully your notes app is ready. So it is called A Spiritual Guru Walked into the House of a Cash Master, and the rest is history. I'll say it one more time. It's a long title for a reason, because it's meant to be a cheeky, kind of fun, entertaining book. So a spiritual guru walked into the house of a cash master, and the rest is history. So that's the first book I wrote in 2021. And I think the book I'm going to be coming out with next year, as of right now, the working title is The Diary of a Nomad Black Man. That is what I believe is going to be called, but we will see. Foot Freak asks, okay, what's your first book called? Great. I just said it. Lovely. Foot Listener asks, Alex Footjob era when?
LOL. I've also answered that many times before.
Oh,
You can refer to the Actually, you know what? Oh no, that's actually Mikey. So I was actually trying to look for our previous episodes, but they are not on your page anymore.
really?
Is the highlights option gone?
I don't think so. Oh my gosh. Oh,
Because like when I go to your page, all of the podcast episodes were on the highlights
right.
tab, and you no longer have a highlights tab.
I still see my highlights tab.
I only see posts, replies, videos, and photos. That's it.
Oh, wait. Can y'all double check this? Because on my end, I still see highlights. And if highlights is no longer a thing, then it might be no longer a thing. On it.
Oh, true. 'Cause let me check mine. No, I have highlights too.
Really?
Yeah, on I have posts, replies, highlights, videos, photos, articles, and
I
likes.
have this.
But obviously, because that's fine. But yours, I only see those four options.
Okay, that's weird. I feel like maybe let me try to go to your page, see if I can see highlights on your page. Because maybe we can only see
Yeah,
highlights on our own pages. Maybe we can't. No, I can see highlights on your page.
that's weird. I don't know
I don't know.
why.
Maybe I need to go back to my settings and see if I adjusted something.
Yeah, because then I'm like, I have to go, oh, I guess here's a little plug. If you guys are tuning into this and you guys want to hear these podcasts and all of our previous podcast episodes, we are on Spotify and all the other
Yeah.
platforms that have podcast
Yeah.
options. So you just have to look up the Foot Sesh. So I guess I will have to do that.
Yes. 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 Yeah. So a lot of our older episodes are on there. There's a number of episodes that aren't, just because at a certain point, 'cause I was
Oh,
posting the podcast from the X Twitter Spaces and kind of using a third party app to kind of download them to then upload them to the platform. But it seems like there were no other third party apps that were still doing that. When I tried to kind of add the other ones, but maybe there's one now, so maybe I'll kind of go back in and check, because it would be great to at least post this one on there.
yeah. We also got well, actually, I got a DM from Foot Lotioner. He says, I guess highlights are now only for verified pages.
Oh, really?
Don't have the blue check mark, you don't get highlights.
That
And I guess that's a new thing, because that was not a thing before.
is crazy. Well, yeah, because I was like, I'm not paying to be
Yeah.
paying
No,
permanently.
that's fair, but I guess gotta go to Spotify, y'all.
Right, yeah, I gotta go to Spotify, because I mean, or what you can do is you can just scroll scroll through my page to find the spaces. The podcast episode.
I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Because it's not like I deleted them. They still exist, but maybe not so
Yeah, yeah.
easy to get to through highlights. So yeah. That sucks. But thanks for
Yeah. I mean, it looks like every goddamn day there's a new fucking thing going on, because even today I like opened up my DMs and they're like, "Oh, you now need a passcode to open your DMs." And I'm just like, "What do you
what?
mean?" Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably just because like with verified stuff, they're like always updating features, adding new features. So today they're like, "Oh yeah, you need a passcode to access your DMs," and I'm just like, "Boy,
Yeah, no, that's weird. That's weird. Thank you, Rio. I see in the comments you posted the Foot Sesh on Spotify. Thank you for posting that link.
thank you."
Yeah, for those that don't have Spotify, we're also on Apple Podcasts as well. So, you can also go to Apple Podcasts, cause I know I'm an Apple baby as opposed to a Spotify baby, but we are aware anywhere you stream your podcasts. We are there. Great. Um, Devin asks, are you still going to have foot fun even though you retire from content creating? I want to say, because I feel like that's the right answer to say. And I want to say yes, because I still have my needs. At the same time, ever since I made the decision to retire, I haven't had the desire to meet up with anyone,
That's
like at
interesting.
all. So that is interesting.
So you were an imposter this whole time? No, I'm just playing. That's what it sounds like. Because cannot relate at all.
um,
He's among us.
yeah, because I mean, I had, a jump off on Grinder, that wanted to connect, and someone else that wanted to connect. And I feel like normally I would have said yes, but I was like, no, I'm good. So there just seems to be change, and I'm just going with the change. And maybe I'll be down to meet up with people tomorrow. Maybe I'm saying now. Maybe down to meet up with people next week, next month. But ever since, I don't know how long it's been since I made the announcement, maybe 2 months. For the past 2 months, I've been like, no, I'm good. Um,
Damn.
yeah. So I don't know, and maybe it's just, it could just also be what's connected to a grinder meet. So for those two particular meets, people that wanted to meet, if they were down to meet, but I'll be paying something. So I'm not right. I'm not sure
Yeah.
if it's like, right.
Transactional.
I'm not sure if someone's like, oh, I'm down to meet, and you don't pay me. If I'll be more like a yes, or
Yeah.
if maybe if it was off of Grinders. Maybe it's through X, or maybe it's through I. Maybe I'll be more open. But again, like even if that were the case, like I'm not in a space where I'm like I desire to meet up with someone to fuck their feet. Whereas before I would have the, oh my god, I desire it, but now I'm like, no, I'm good. So I'm just in
Yeah.
an interesting space, and I'm going with whatever space I'm in right now. So
Yeah.
good question, but if you want to meet up and y'all in New York, DM me, and I guess I'll see how I feel. Might be a yes, it might be a no. I might respond,
Yes.
but
But hey, man, you've also just been preoccupied with like other life stuff. So I feel like that's also been at the forefront of just your mentality. So, sometimes there's just going to be times where we're just not thinking about
right.
feet, and that definitely has extended for a very long time for
Mm-hmm.
you. Because for me, those days can last maybe 2 days. And then I'm like, I need
Right.
feet right this instant or I will have a panic
Right.
attack. Um, but again, it's everyone to each their own. Everyone has their own journey. Everyone has their own times where they're in it and then they're
Right.
not. And that's fine,
Right.
And I think we're kind of the yin and the yang at this point. You're kind of ye old wise one that is like, I am instilling this wisdom into you, my child. And I am like, yes, everything I have learned, I will continue to do and I will continue to fight the good fight.
Yes. Continue to take on the legacy and take it far and wide, my child. Far and wide. You have essentially that's this. This is what this episode's about. Officially, I'm passing the baton over to you. Like I'm done.
Yes. I will gladly take that baton.
Lovely. Enjoy that baton. Enjoy it.
Oh, I'm enjoying it. Trust me.
C. Thomas says, I'm just logging on now. What's the next chapter for you, Mikey? I mentioned it earlier in the episode, but I know you said you're just logging on. Focusing more on just artistic process. So focusing on directing, choreographing, shows and such, and writing a new book. So that is the next thing for me. JM says, "Oh, really? Your feet doesn't stink, Alex? Damn." But I understand though, because you're a clean dude, and it ain't nothing wrong with that, regardless.
Hey, where my clean boys at?
Foot Lotioner asks, "Now, where is the link to this group?" Oh, that's funny. I will share it. Once this episode's over, I'll
If they let you share it, because Telegram be like that sometimes.
wait. Say it again.
If they let you share it, because I know when it comes to Telegram, like when you try to share links, sometimes like it's like, oh, you cannot access this group.
Oh, that's true.
Hopefully, they haven't gotten to that one
Oh,
yet.
hopefully not. Oh, that would suck if they did. But I'll see if I can copy and paste it.
Is it popping though? Because when I last checked, it wasn't really that great yet. But who knows? Maybe it just needed a few more days to like pop off. So if you see it and it's good, then yeah, definitely share it.
Let me see. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely things here now for sure. I'm gonna see if I can share it right now. Report, clear messages, leave group. Oh, I don't see an option to share. So
Ah,
I don't know how I would do this. How I would share this with you. Um, but yeah, I'll see if I can find another way to do this. Um, let's see what else. What other things are here? Naveen and Alex beef? Question mark from Foot Lotioner.
is that really a question?
It says Naveen and Alex beef.
I'm dead. No, it's definitely not beef. Definitely not beef. I love him.
JM says, and white or black gay dudes or celebrity dudes that have big, stinky, strong, smelly feet with thick toes, like Tyler Leppy's feet. This celebrity, for an example, who turns me on like crazy. I don't know Tyler Leppy.
I do not know him either.
Yeah, but I saw that your boy out here in Frankenstein, the guy's feet that you like. What's his name?
Oh, Jake
Yes.
Lordy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be like fucking like 18 feet tall in that movie, so his feet are probably humongous in that movie. Beautiful.
True.
Chef's kiss.
True. I know when I saw what movie? Superman. I saw Superman, the most recent one, in the movie theaters a few months ago. And
Uh-huh.
what's his name? David Corn Sweet, maybe. I remember when I saw the movie, and there is a scene where like his feet are out, and I was like, wow, look at these feet just on the big screen. I remember being Naveen being like, oh my gosh, like it's crazy seeing Superman and seeing this guy's feet on the big screen was kind of cool.
Damn, I missed that. I got to check that out.
Yeah, I mean it's like you don't see like his soles as meaning the tops and the sides in one particular.
Oh, fuck.
I know, but I was still like, okay, yeah, this is nice. This is
Hey, it's something.
something,
They threw us a bone.
right? It's something. I remember I started liking him in that Netflix show called, was it just called Hollywood? Yeah.
Hollywood,
hmm
yes. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good one. Rio says, no, all the podcast episodes of the pod are on Spotify. Yes, they're on Spotify. They're also on Apple Podcasts.
Ooh.
They're on, there's one called Breaker, something Breaker. It's on that. I mean, there's a number of podcast, sites that it's on. Rio says, look at that Wendy. How you doing? That Wendy. Come on, Wendy. That's my girl. Um, Rio says, so Mikey, since you said you are passing the baton, does this mean Alex will be taking over the podcast? If you want.
No, that's
I
negative.
mean, I feel like
I cannot talk to myself.
right, because you did a test run of that and you realized you didn't like it.
I just cannot talk to myself. However, like I said, this podcast that we have created was just an idea that we ran with,
Mm,
and people loved it. But this was not the original idea.
mm,
This is just like what we can do with what we're
mm-hmm.
given. The original idea I still would love to do and bring to fruition. It's just it might take some time to get to that point. But I would love to still make this a actual live like
Mm,
podcast where I
mm-hmm.
am talking to a
Right,
guest. We are talking about the same topics we used to talk about and actually be able to film a collab afterwards.
right,
You
right.
know? So that was always the original idea for a potential podcast when I was thinking of it, but this was what we were able to do. So again, in the future, potentially, if I'm in a place where I'm like, I can definitely do this, I would absolutely love to do that. And that I will gladly love to bring to fruition. But in this format, no, I need somebody to bounce back and forth with and, have banter and chit chat and have topics and all of that stuff. So, we're just leaving it where it's at.
Right. Got it. Yeah, but I think that's a great idea for sure. And I think, just looking at the trajectory of where you've come so far, like I think that could be something you could implement definitely by next year,
Oh, I would
for
love
sure.
to. I just would need a little studio for that or
Mm,
something, because that's obviously the main thing. But that is on the list of goals is to just, I would love to be able to have like my own little studio where I film
right.
everything, where I'm able to manipulate the scenarios and manipulate the setting and, come up with different things and just have everything be very uniform, but in a sense of like, it's my space. I know where everything is. I'm in charge of everything. I know the props. I have the set, all of that stuff. And just have different guys, just be able to have that be my space where I can film and shoot everything. So if I'm able to have that, that would be the start of something new, definitely.
Yes. Well,
So that is on the goal list,
I'm
absolutely.
excited to see that come to fruition. Uh,
Me too, because the content will go way beyond what I'm already doing.
yeah, that is the truth. Rio says that new Frankenstein movie is good. Just watched it last night. Okay. For those that want to check that out, definitely do. Rio says Tyler Leppy is hot as fuck.
Oh, yes, he
Yeah.
was.
Okay. Thank you for showing us who that. Okay. Yes. 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 Um. Blah blah blah.
I love the concept of 36 Alex being part of the House of Love's Feet.
The house of what? The house of love's feet?
The House of Love's Feet
Oh.
with that Cynthia meme. Oh god, that's fucking hilarious. You know what? I just gotta say, as toxic and as much of a shithole as X can
Mhm.
be, there's just some people who have such good comedy when it comes to just like online
Mhm.
shit. I sound like I'm 55 years old saying this, but for listener, you're one of like these memes with like these phrases. I've been
Mhm.
seeing and I've been dying every single day. Like the memes that people put and these captions that they pair with the
Mhm.
memes have me rolling. And I'm just like, how do you guys like? What the fuck do you mean? Like this is hilarious. So I love that. I love that.
That is true. That is very, very true. Uh,
Like I'm gonna start screenshotting all of these and just like sending them to y'all because like they're so fucking funny sometimes.
please do. Please. Um, JM says, and I like the sound of that though, Mike, about what your story or history about dudes feet on porn, including, is going to be about when you write a book about it though. Definitely looking forward to it. Thank you. Uh, Svengali says, no way I could spend 2 days together without thinking about feet. I get that.
Same.
Blah blah blah. Okay, JM says, okay, Mike, I'm gonna show y'all Tyler Leppy's feet, the celebrity right now. He plays in some of Tyler Perry shows and movies. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Rio posted a GIF, so thank you, Rio, for that, so we can see who he is. I think that's all. Thank you. Yes, David Corn Sweat mentioned. Thank you. Yes, for posting.
There you go.
Yes,
I'm like, it's David Corn
yes,
something.
and it was David Corn something. Corn Sweat. Thank you. I don't think I see any other comments, new ones. Oh, C. Thomas says Alex has been doing great uploading content. Now, if we can only get videos of him giving jobs, his feet are awesome.
Listen, I appreciate the love, y'all. I appreciate the love, y'all, but that's just not in my wheelhouse and not my area of expertise. I am a receiver, and I love it that way.
Rio says, I've always loved that idea, Alex, of a live foot podcast with all those ideas to do that. It would be fire. Yes.
Yes.
So Alex, looks like you are the next chosen one. So you have a long list of stuff to do and kind of get ready. People looking to you to do things. So
Hey, hey, I love it, and I appreciate it very much. Because hey, I mean, it's just for me. I'm just staying in my lane. I'm keeping this fun. I'm keeping it lively. I just want to continue to do. I don't really have a roadmap or anything that I'm following. I'm just like whatever comes to me and whatever ideas have, I'm just going to do them. And I'm going to continue to do them. Because we of course already have other people in this scene that are always seemingly always going to kind of wear that crown, but at the end of the day, we just have to kind of stick to what we want to
yeah,
do and have fun with that because that's really where the fun is. And that's what I've been living. It's been really fun. I haven't really had bad experiences at all at this point. I've had some little just things, because people are people at the end of the day and you're going to have to deal with certain personalities in this scene, but nothing crazy to complain about. So I'm happy and I just want to keep it that way, you know?
yeah, yeah. That's good. That's good. I don't see any other comments. Do you have any other comments or questions?
I don't think so. I think this was a pretty solid episode
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
I'm starving, so I probably should get home and start to cook. I also have been holding in my piss for the duration of this podcast, so I'm going to get a UTI.
Yes, yes. Please
Um,
take care of yourself. Yes, people want to see more of you. So
yes.
yes. Um. Well, thank you everyone for listening in, whether it's live, whether listening to the recording. Um, it has been my absolute pleasure to serve you all for the past 6 years. Thank you for rocking with me, following me, for being a huge part of my journey and who I am today. So I'm forever grateful.
Yes.
Thank you.
And we appreciate all the amazing content and the mark that you have left on the scene for sure. So your flowers are well deserved.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. Take care.
All right. It was good being back, y'all. So we will sign off for the last
Yes.
time.
Sending y'all hugs and wishing you so much feet and laughter and joy in your life.
Yes, definitely.
All right, y'all. Take care.
All right, y'all. Have a good night, everybody. Peace.